A single Democrat senator just lost his entire party the 2026 midterms. I have never seen a politician single-handedly destroy their own party before an election with one sentence until now. Senator Chris Murphy just said something on MSNBC that will undoubtedly be used in every Republican midterm ad. And as if wanting to hand us the midterms on a silver platter, every prominent Democrat has come out and publicly endorsed what he said. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but let's start with the one-liner from Chris Murphy that just lost the Democrat Party the midterms.
The negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So right. You are right that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
I mean, bravo. Can we hit the like button for finally getting some honesty from the Democrat Party? Thanks for confirming what we all suspected to be true. I mean, it is unequivocally clear what they stand for. The cards have been flipped. There is no room for interpretation. The Democrats have decided that if Americans want to support them, that's fine, but they're certainly not the primary constituent. But they realize there's a much larger pool of voters they can appeal to by actually representing the global South instead. Their platform isn't about improving the well-being of American citizens. Their platform is about giving endless welfare to any person on earth who can break into the country in exchange for a vote. And because the native US population is shrinking while the population of the third world is exploding thanks to the welfare and foreign aid and generosity of America, Democrats are doing everything possible to cater to their future voting base. Look at this article from the New York Post. Trans migrant gets sweetheart plea deal in rape of 14-year-old boy inside New York City bodega bathroom. And you want to know what that sweetheart deal was? 6 months in prison. We are witnessing a dystopian institutional effort to ruin the United States by adjusting everything about society to make it more comfortable for third world migrants. But the inevitable problem with conforming society to the standards of third worlders is very quickly that same society starts to reflect the conditions of the place they fled from. And they're totally fine with it. They're used to third world conditions. A third world America will still be better than a third world Venezuela or a third world Somalia. So it's still an improvement for all the people who wrecked our country. But for the rest of us who call this place home and have nowhere else to go, it will resemble a hellish nightmare. And if you really want to understand how pervasive this traitorous and destructive mindset is on the left, after an illegal alien shot and killed an 18-year-old woman in Chicago, a city alderwoman came out and blamed the woman who was shot, saying she was in the wrong place at the wrong time and probably accidentally startled the poor migrant.
Well, from what I've been told so far, right, from what police know, from speaking to the students who were with her, it seems she might have, that as they were just out, you know, people go out to the beach all the time, right? And they go out on the pier, they walk around. So the kids were out doing normal things people do in the neighborhood. And it sounds like this might have been a wrong place, wrong time, running into a person who had a gun. They might have startled this person at the end of the pier unintentionally. But that's all we know.
So despite this killer being in the country illegally, despite him possessing a firearm in a state and city with extremely strict gun laws, despite this innocent young woman losing her life in the most tragic and avoidable way possible, the Democrats instinctively put the blame on the victim and defend the criminal. And the governor of Illinois said the exact same thing in response to this tragic killing, except this time he didn't blame the victim, he blamed Donald Trump.
There have been real failures. Those failures, of course, extend beyond the borders of Illinois. They're national failures, a failure to have comprehensive immigration reform, a failure of the president to follow his own edict to go after the worst of the worst.
The left is so captured by woke ideology, I mean, it's like a religion to them, that they have internalized as self-evident truth that all brown people are victims, that if they commit violence or they kill someone, it is exclusively due to being provoked by a white person. In their mind, it is inconceivable that a non-white person can do a bad thing. Acts of evil from victim groups are endlessly justified and rationalized. They will make any excuse to prevent themselves from acknowledging that their flawed ideology is directly leading to the deaths of innocent Americans. Because, of course, they're good, kind, noble people, and they believe in good, kind, and noble things. And any evidence to the contrary sends them into a maniacal rage and must be met with deadly suppression because self-reflection and confronting reality makes them too uncomfortable. It would force them to question who they are, what they stood for, what they supported, indoctrinating, sterilizing, and mutilating children, aborting babies by the millions. But while Chicago's alderwoman blamed the victim, while Governor J.B. Pritzker blamed Donald Trump, Hakeem Jeffries' Walmart Obama was even more brutally honest and said he just doesn't really care, to be honest.
An illegal immigrant has been charged with murdering a college student in Chicago last week. Do House Democrats believe if he's convicted, he's someone who should be deported?
I'll look into the case.
Do you expect any...
I mean, he could have at least lied and said, I'll look into it, but if it turns out to be true, then he should 100% be deported. But that's because Democrats believe no one should be deported, even the illegals who murder. They see deportation as a human rights violation. They have a human right to sneak in here, kill our citizens, and then stay indefinitely. These are all future Democrat voters, so they see them as indistinguishable from Americans. Americans aren't subject to deportation, so why would these third world migrants? That's how we get this insane bombshell news from the New York Times. Breaking news: USC canceled a California's governor debate on short notice after facing outrage over including only white candidates. Now, this is a California governor race, which means half of these white candidates, if not more, openly love and celebrate illegal migration. But ideologically submitting to the whims of the third world invaders is simply not enough for them. The mere appearance of too many white people in one spot is just unacceptable. If everyone on that stage was a person of color, the left would have championed it as some massive social accomplishment. But if there's even a single space where all white people exist, it's indicative of bigotry, of white supremacy, of institutional racism. Even if you ideologically support their brown third world invasion, they don't want to see your white face. That's why all these white liberal politicians that are selling out our country are the most embarrassing traitors of all time. Because the people they're selling out the country to are being open and clear that they don't like them either. They are useful idiots that they'll exploit and then subjugate once they successfully take over. And now, after 60 years of mass importing people both legally and illegally who outright hate America, you get polls like this from YouGov. Should the US be the dominant power in the Western Hemisphere? 74% of Republicans say yes, 8% say no. 26% of Democrats say yes, 49% say no. 49% of Democrats don't believe we should be the superpower in our own hemisphere. Not the world, just our own section of the globe. The left fundamentally hates US might, US strength, US prosperity, and fundamentally holds the worldview that all of the world's problems are caused by the United States and we deserve to suffer and atone for it. Here's the left's largest influencer, Hassan Piker, who loves the terror regime in Iran, loves Nicolas Maduro, loves China, saying the United States is a terrorist state.
Literally doesn't matter. He can prep with whoever he wants. He can prep with Benny Morris if he wants. There is no what you support terrorism ? No, I don't. I don't support the state of Israel, and I don't support the state of the United States of America.
The United States was so prosperous, was so strong, was so self-reliant, was so confident after World War II that our enemies engaged in an 80-year-long campaign to to rot and destroy us from within, to turn our arrogance against us. And now, after generations of intentional demographic replacement, one of the two major parties in America is a communist anti-American coalition. You have to understand, these people don't truly believe the world will be a better place once America's not in charge. They don't really think the world will be a much more just and equal place when all white people are eradicated. They simply wish to see the entire world burn just so they can wipe that smug, confident American smile off of our faces. Cultures that have never built a functioning society don't have an appreciation for all the little things it takes to hold together a high trust society. If everything crumbles in the West and they have to flee back to whatever shithole they came from, it won't be a problem to them. It'll be like they went on a little weekend vacation retreat, and the rest of us, we'll be stuck here amongst the ruins of the greatest civilization man ever created, built by impressive people who cared deeply and sacrificed, all destroyed by people who never cared about what was there in the first place. And now that Democrats are crystal clear, that's the path they're forging for Americans, I think the 2026 midterms are a wrap. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Turn on those notification bells so you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.